Chosen one, this message didn't reach you by chance. The Lord guided you here with intention. You've navigated seasons that seemed quiet, agonizing, and misconstrued. You remained steadfast when everything appeared stalled. You refused to vanish when fading away would have been simpler. And now, the heavens deliver a declaration for you. God takes pride in you. Not for your flawlessness, but for your refusal to collapse. Not for having everything sorted, but for yielding everything to Him. And now, all things are transforming. You're no longer merely shielded. You're on the verge of being showcased. Not to dazzle, but to motivate. Not to brag, but to serve as a model. Not to flaunt, but to demonstrate what mercy can achieve. Here's the complete outline of what this signifies for you. 7 profound segments to grasp the richness of this sacred juncture. Before proceeding, pause to like, share, and subscribe. Because this isn't typical material. It's a heavenly affirmation from the throne of God directly to your soul. Chosen one, you didn't encounter this word coincidentally. God directed you here deliberately because this is your season. This is your indicator. This is your holy proclamation that what's been concealed is soon to emerge. If your soul resonates with this, type 77 in the comments immediately. That figure isn't arbitrary. It's a celestial marker, a prophetic symbol declaring, I'm in sync, I'm alert, and I'm prepared for the splendor God is set to unleash upon my existence. Not all who start will complete it, but if you persist until the finish, an inner change will occur. Your perception will intensify, your insight will clarify, and you'll comprehend why your unseen devotion is about to become visible. This isn't merely something to absorb once. Replay it, reflect on it, intercede over it. Because each viewing will peel back another stratum of revelation, and the complete gravity of your destiny will begin to resonate. Let's Heaven Has Been Observing commence. Segment 1. Heaven has been observing your unseen loyalty. Chosen one. Before anyone recognized your identity, heaven had already scripted your narrative. Long prior to others acknowledging your talent, God was forging your integrity. While people gauged your worth by exposure, God assessed your core in the hidden realms. Heaven has been witnessing, documenting, and reacting, not to your excellence, but to your stance. God noticed you when nobody else did. He observed your tears, yet you still praised. He heard your fractured pleas and deemed them exquisite. He saw you offer when you scarcely possessed enough. He watched you bear loads with silent resilience and appear when no one cheered. He saw you invest in others while depleted yourself. Others believed you were inactive, but God recognized you accomplishing what truly counts. You weren't dormant. You were in supplication. You weren't unseen. You were being nurtured while the world ignored you. Heaven was overguarding you. You weren't abandoned. You were readied in advance. In a culture that prizes spectacle, you selected sanctity. While others aired their peak moments, you were prostrate seeking forgiveness and honing. While they networked, you knelt. While God elevates proven faithfulness, they constructed stages, you erected your sanctuary. And that sanctuary became where your essence was affirmed, your anointing extracted, and your mission cleansed. God doesn't merely advance talent. He advances those who've demonstrated reliability. Reliable in suffering, reliable in quietude, reliable when misinterpreted, reliable when disregarded, reliable when progress seemed absent. He saw you resist bitterness from insult. He saw you select respect over retaliation. He saw you seal exits softly, bless foes quietly, and advance without craving approval. That's why this upcoming ascent isn't haphazard. It's not abrupt. It's not fortune. It's the fruition of seeds planted in obscurity. It's the compensation for submission no one celebrated. It's the disclosure of one who remained genuine when concession would have been simpler. God isn't set to exhibit you because you pursued notice. He's set to exhibit you because you embraced truthfulness. He's set to commend you openly because you stayed devoted inwardly. You endured trials that would have shattered others. You maintained your soul pure while mishandled. You held loyalty in a phase that urged surrender. And now heaven is redirecting circumstances for you. Prepare to enter spaces where your name was already murmured. Prepare for sacred alliances, engagements, and portals that only submission could access. Prepare to be summoned to arenas, venues, prospects, not because you lobbied, but because you were sanctified for them. Chosen one, you didn't forfeit your opportunity. The showcase isn't for pride, you matured into it. And now the hidden training is evolving into open placement. What God is poised to enact in your life won't solely benefit you. It will validate every silent affirmation you offered Him unseen. This is your era. Heaven witnessed everything, and now the recompense arrives. Segment 2. The showcase isn't for pride. It's for honor. Chosen one, don't misunderstand. This showcase, this rise, this disclosure, it's not about pride. It's about testimony. God isn't elevating you for human praise. He's elevating you so others behold him. He's poised to employ your existence as a living shrine, a moving disclosure, a tangible display of what his touch can accomplish through a container that remained undefiled. This isn't about your title being exalted. It's about his being raised. The focus isn't for your ease. It's for his validation. You were concealed for a time, and now he's drawing the veil. Not to parade you, but to manifest himself via you. You're about to become evidence. Evidence that submission yields abundance. Evidence that sanctity holds strength. Evidence that you needn't scheme, market, or plead to be selected. You simply yield. You will radiate. Indeed, but not from self-advertising. You will radiate due to surrender. Because you set your pride aside. God is now amplifying your reach, and it won't bear marks of arrogance. It'll bear the scent of meekness. It will possess depth not merely in metrics or admirers, but in essence, in aura, in influence. The world might tag it achievement, but this won't resemble their norm. It'll stand apart. Your glow will be sacred. Your presence will hold an element fame can't forge. Your triumph will baffle those who attempted imitation, and it will solace those who pick dedication over fame. This showcase won't be a prize. It'll be a declaration. The showcase won't be a prize, be a stand. It'll be a platform for truth. All God is about to entrust you with will hold intent. The space you enter will alter. The environment you inhabit will yield because it's not your aura. It's his spirit coursing through you. You'll be raised but not to gloat. You'll be placed but not to rival. You'll be favored openly because you yielded inwardly. This is sacred evidence, not self-advancement. So don't allow praise to divert you. Don't let flashes bewilder you. Don't let cheers tempt you. Remain rooted. Remain concealed in him even when apparent to others. Because God's honor will settle on you in a manner that prompts, who is their Lord? They'll attempt to rationalize your ascent via skill, appeal, or chance. But nothing will align, because your rise will shatter every earthly pattern. It'll bear something irreproducible. Sacred gravity. You're not the star. You're the conduit. The arena is his. The acclaim is his. The force surging through you. It's not fabricated. It's divinely inspired. So proceed with awe. Act with modesty. Exist with purpose. You're not merely being exhibited. You're being distinguished. God isn't aiming to render you renowned. He's aiming to render himself irrefutable, and your existence, chosen one, is the platform he's poised to utilize. Segment 3. They dismissed you, but God relied on they dismissed you. You, chosen one, they assumed you were finished. They interpreted your quiet as capitulation. They mistook your modesty for irrelevance. They presumed that since you weren't vocal, you lacked strength. That since you weren't prominent, you lacked worth. They scoffed when you chose nobility. They ridiculed your calm as inertia. They claimed you were too gentle, too deliberate, too devout for triumph. But what they ignored is that heaven was observing and heaven was awaiting. You weren't merely ignored. You were safeguarded. You weren't spurned. You were rerouted. You weren't delayed. You were guided. While they vied for spots, you nurtured your demeanor. While they erected stages for notice, you built a sanctuary for purity. You didn't pursue platforms. You pursued serenity. You didn't advertise yourself. You aligned under God's authority, and God recorded it all. The sobs in solitude, the intercessions no one heard, the instances you stayed silent when you could have retorted, the evenings you remained committed to the mission even when it seemed to demand all. You didn't battle for illumination. You yielded to the obscurity because you understood what they missed, that holy timing can't be compelled, that what God decrees no person can negate, that being dismissed by people means zilch when God depends on you. And now the instance arrives. Heaven has issued the directive. The veil lifts not for a show but for an unveiling. And those very ones who declared you unimportant will witness your significance in the spirit. They'll observe God lavish his grace in unimaginable ways, not to mock them, but to reveal through whom he truly operates. This isn't vengeance. It's disclosure. This isn't fame. It's understanding. This isn't a return because you never departed. You were simply veiled until the honor ripened within you. And now that it has, you're disclosed as a marker, as a marvel, as a cue that the final become first, that the gentle claim beyond imagination, that the clean-hearted always behold God and are beheld by him. So permit their chatter, permit their curiosity about your arrival, permit their attempts to uncover your mystery. Because truthfully, you didn't ascend, you were lifted. You didn't market yourself, you were marked by submission. You didn't plot your path here, you yielded your path here. And thus God has entrusted you with more than illumination. He's entrusted you with holy gravity. You now tread in what many forced entry into, not because you're impeccable, but because you were steadfast, chosen one. You are God's cue that those dismissed are often those he relies on. Because where the world sees frailty, God sees readiness. Where the world passes you, God distinguishes you. And the illumination won't shatter when the world forgets your title. Heaven inscribes it in sacred realms. You are the oracle they anticipated not. You are the anointing they sought to dismiss. And now you are the evidence that God selects not by acclaim. He selects by sanctity. The modest are ascending and you pioneer. Segment 4. The illumination won't shatter you. It will disclose you. Chosen one, you weren't concealed because you were frail. You were concealed because you were fortified in secrecy. God didn't safeguard you all this while merely to abandon you in darkness. He held you there because what he crafted in you was never for haste, premature reveal, or distortion by acclaim. You didn't pursue the illumination, and that's precisely why it seeks you now. Because this next phase isn't self-elevation, it's holy manifestation. The illumination won't create you. It will unveil what's already shaped in the unseen. You were tempered in flames, ripened in solitude, trained in hush. You didn't merely learn storm survival, you learned adoration amid them. You didn't merely cultivate talent, you cultivated resilience. When no one applauded, you persisted in prayer. When no one heeded, you persisted in proclaiming life. When portals shut, you didn't force them. You knelt until heaven unveiled one. And now you won't crumble because you avoided deception. God grants revelation. Because you shunned shortcuts, God widens entrances. Because you shunned the arena, God bestows holy stature. Now that the glow approaches, you won't crumble. You won't contract. You won't falter under strain because strain has become your sanctuary of calm. You've practiced in obscurity. You've mended without affirmation. You've deepened roots so profound no degree of notice can displace your essence. Your assurance stems not from being observed. It stems from being marked. Your value flows not from prominence. It flows from your container brimming with his anointing. You're not entering this illumination to validate yourself. You're entering to present God. This is why you won't worship the glow, because you know the sensation of existing without it. You know prominent sans sanctity is emptiness and renowned sans base is collapse veiled. But you possess base. You possess submission. You possess a sanctuary supporting your mission. God can entrust you with sway now. He can place you in spaces where others lose essence, and you'll retain wholeness. He can hand you a voice and you'll proclaim his title, not yours. He can envelop you in esteem, and you'll redirect all honor to the one who bore you. This isn't status, this isn't about rank, it's stewardship. This isn't trending, it's declaring. This is why you'll never entangle in fame's mirage, because you were crafted to mirror the glow, not consume it. You bear disclosure, not arrogance. You radiate with intent, not conceit. The illumination will merely affirm what God already enthroned in secrecy. It won't expand you. It will reveal the holy within. And when others gaze upon you, they won't merely see ability, they'll see declaration. They won't merely hear insight, they'll sense the gravity of your adoration. So embrace what approaches. The notice won't divert you, it will disclose you. It will validate what you already grasped, that you were selected long before noticed, that you were anointed long before cheered, that you were readied in the hidden so you could endure in the illumination. Segment 5. Holy Showcase isn't about flawlessness. It's about intent. Chosen one, cease disqualifying yourself from the very arena God has readied for you. He didn't select you for flawlessness. He selected you for placement. He's not displaying you because you aced everything. He's displaying you because you never ceased returning to him. God isn't seeking the refined. He's seeking the moldable. He's not after unblemished histories. He's after yielded cause. You view yourself via imperfections. God views you via steadfastness. This is about endurance, recall errors. But God recalls the instances you pressed on when none knew your fracture. You wept yet appeared. You questioned yet interceded. You felt undeserving yet selected submission. This is why God displays you not to parade flawlessness, but to unveil his might. Because it's not your impeccable execution, it's your otherworldly endurance. He requires containers not aiming to dazzle, but ready to influence. He's not summoning the appearance-focused. He's summoning the spirit-guided, the authentic, the scarred menders, the fractured containers that still overflow. You are not perfection's outcome. You are grace's prophetic image. You are a living epistle still scripted by God's touch. A moving message declaring, yes, I've endured it, and yet I remain. You are the proof that God renews, reclaims, and reassigns. Every mark you bear now resonates. Every tear shed now declares, what you believed would bar you is now proof of your journey. What you sought to conceal will become heaven's emphasis. You won't display to prove self-strength. You'll display to show what transpires when God bears one unable to bear. This is not about flawlessness themselves. You are not a tribute to your honor. You are a reflector of his compassion. The world needs no more stage portraits. It needs genuine liberation. It needs to witness those who've hemorrhaged, mended, and persisted. It needs to see God doesn't merely favor the equipped. He equips the yielded. You'll stand before them not scripted but scarred. Not as one who evaded risk, but as one who trusted God amid pain. And that openness, that unfiltered reality, that's what liberates. This isn't flawlessness. It's intent. It's embracing your path and guiding others from disgrace. So when God raises you, don't retreat due to history. Don't doubt the portals he unlocks. You're not a fraud. You're designated. You're not there to dazzle. You're there to impart the eternal, the heaven-inspired. Chosen one, you require no impeccable record for God's use. You require a core declaring, here I am, marks and all. And that's why he elevates you now, because he knows you'll never claim credit. The adversary sought to conceal you. You'll always redirect glory to him. Segment 6. The adversary sought to conceal you, but God is poised to parade you. Chosen one, every hiding phase wasn't due to unworthiness. It was because you were too precious for early exposure. The adversary wasn't merely delaying. He aimed to dishearten and divert you. He recognized the danger you posed. He glimpsed your capacity before you. Thus, he assaulted your thoughts. He aimed at your essence. He cloaked your talents in conflict so you'd doubt your summons. But the adversary erred gravely. He misjudged your stamina. He believed obscurity would shatter you, unaware it forged you. He thought solitude would pulverize you, unaware it was sanctification. What he sought to mute, God ignites. What he sought to veil, God spotlights. What he sought to enter, God broadcasts. Because your journey wasn't penalty, it was readiness for open intent. You didn't endure all that to linger in shadows. You were veiled to heal. You were hushed to discern God's tone. You were ignored by people to be enveloped by the Spirit. Now the hiding era concludes. Not because you pleaded visibility, but because heaven cleared the arena. You're not entering visibility for emptiness. You're entering for triumph. God is poised to parade you, not to exalt your title, but to validate his own. You are a declaration in motion, a wonder with recall. All that sought to slay your assurance now backs your summons. Every assault on growth now evidences God's touch. You're not merely observed, you're exonerated. Falsehoods won't endure beside truth. Whispers won't endure beside outcomes. Agony won't eclipse intent. God unveils what he developed in obscurity. The world witnesses endurance embodied. You are the return tale the adversary prayed unwritten. But heaven authored it stroke by stroke with might. You're not merely observed intent and exactness. This isn't mere return. It's ascent. This isn't mere visibility. It's holy exoneration. You're not paraded. You're realized, because those who doubted your path now behold your rise. Let them observe now. Let them watch God enact the impossible, not from malice but divine design, not for cheers but alignment with mission. This return won't be fleeting. It will be a shift, a prophetic move declaring you can't enter what heaven blesses. You can't hush what God declares. You can't nullify what's enthroned. Chosen one, the adversary sought to obliterate your title, but God establishes your heritage. And now you needn't battle notice. You'll simply tread in anointing and glow will pursue. Because when God parades you, he doesn't merely unveil. He reclaims you before what sought ruin. Segment 7, this is your designated era. Proceed courageously. Chosen one, this isn't happenstance. This isn't arbitrary. This isn't fortune or caprice. This is your designated era, the juncture marked long before the world noted your title. You've traversed flames. You've borne pressing. You've endured hush. And now you enter the phase all prior readied you for. This isn't occurring because you forced entry. It's not because you lobbied, rivaled, or schemed ascent. It's because God chose you in secrecy and now timetables your disclosure. You didn't pursue illumination, but illumination now obeys divine mission to focus on you. You were selected not merely to glow, but to embody what heaven's touch does with yielded existence. You didn't reach here accidentally. You didn't mature in obscurity vainly. Every tear, every weight, every solitary evening, every spiritual clash shaped you for this liberation. You've been refined. You've been cleansed. You've been placed. And now God presents you. So proceed courageously, not arrogantly but anointed, not fearfully but faithfully, not doubting but with holy assurance declaring, I was crafted for this. Don't minimize what unfolds. Don't dismiss the grandeur of opening portals. Don't mute your voice when your moment to declare arrives. You've been veiled sufficiently. Now God is poised to present you. Now your courage is adoration. Your assurance evidences trust in your sender. This is your era and you needn't compel. God orchestrates the arena. He aligns alliances. He amplifies your talent. He causes recognition of what was once ignored. You tread not in self-power. You tread in holy impetus. You're not here to dazzle. You're here to influence. You're not here to blend. You're here to distinguish because you are heaven's declaration in motion, a moving display of God's reliability. He's not merely positioning. He's rendering you proof his timing is flawless. You are the container he shaped. You are the voice he honed. You are the glow he elevates. So don't restrain. Don't diminish. Don't question what spirit confirmed. The portal opens. Enter with blaze in gaze and calm in spirit. The arena readies and heaven supports. This isn't merely your era. It's your declaration unfolding live. God takes pride in you, not for flawlessness but steadfastness, because you didn't surrender, because you didn't yield, because you trusted him amid pain. And now he declares, this is my beloved. Behold what I enact with them. The world witnesses what he formed in secrecy. You are the disclosure. You are the marker. You are the proof submission still yields abundance. You didn't seek this. You were designated for this. You didn't scheme it. You were ripened for it. And now it's here. Don't tread in fear. Tread in completeness.